It's only this big.
Oh, they're a large creature. They're probably 20 feet. I mean, it's some from head to tail. I'd say probably 20, 25 feet. They're pretty large.
Donk wants to ride Manticore.
I want to check the monster manual really quick. I want to see if they're actually considered a medium or large creature. I think they're probably considered a large creature. I would imagine so. Yeah, they are. They're a large. They're a large monstrosity.
Ooh, a large monstrosity, which is the same thing they used to call me in high school. FYI, really brings back the memories now.
Do you really want to know the you want to know
No, I don't.
the CR
I
of
don't, no,
the
I don't need to know
Manticore?
the challenge rating. No, I don't. I don't want to know, because I'm gonna go head first into this thing. I'm gonna smash it. Then I'm gonna rip its wings off, and I'm gonna try to jump off the cliff and flap them, and see if I can get airborne. F being an Aarakocra, I'm a Goliath with Manticore wings.
I love it. So I'll show you to the chamber where we keep all of our supplies
Oh, please
and
do.
all of our goods for sale. Alright, so I've shared this sheet to you guys again. Well, first off, let me get over here. She opens up this double door here, and this is a stairwell. And this is sort of, it appears to be probably, you would, as you're kind of surveying everything around you, this would definitely be in the middle of the tower. And this is basically just a single spiral stair, and you can see that not only does the spiral stair go down, but the spiral stairs also go up too, probably to each floor. And there's handrails on both the wall and on the edge, so you won't fall over. That we have those for people like you, Donk. Sever says.
Goliath? That's weird. I only know Donk only won. I know.
Sasha kind of walks by Donk and she says he has special needs.
I need to give me something to eat.
Okay, so everybody makes their way down, and she kind of she stands at the end of the staircase and kind of ushers everyone down to the next portion of the tower, which is the stables. And as you start to descend down, you can actually smell hay and dirt, and as soon as she opens up like a small door that descends down further, and it is still a brightly lit area, and you can hear chirps and whatnot. You can see the stables as you're now in the stables area, and you can see that there are tons of supplies everywhere in here. This is basically a circular landing, around the central staircase shaft of the spiral staircase. You see the huge piles of supplies. There's massive, there's a couple of these stalls that are actually plumb full of straw with no creatures in them. And you can see harnesses and riding crops and saddles, hanging in some of the stalls, hanging on the out of the stalls. The doors are made of the same type of wood to each stall. And you can see that there are a couple hippogriffs. There's 4 hippogriffs and 2 of these giant vultures, and they are impressive. They are impressive sights. So let me go ahead and open up the rest of the map for you. And also, there is one other knight here. He is a very heavily armored knight, and he is basically, taking hay and putting it into the hippogriff stalls and feeding the vultures some large pieces of raw meat and stuff. So let me get the rest of this map opened up for you first.
Wow, this guy's feeding these vultures, and these vultures are humongous. I think Donk wants to walk over to that guy and just kind of tap him on the shoulder and point to the vulture and go, "Is that your birdie? That's a nice bird."
They're not mine, no sir. No sir, they are not mine. All right, let me give you a. I also have a picture of what these guys look like also.
I want to feed one, Dave.
These are what
Don't feed it me.
This is yeah. He kind of looks over at the halfling and says they love halfling meat because it's really tender. No, I'm just kidding. But these are what the Feathergale Knights look like. They're in a pretty heavily clad. He's not holding his crossbow. Looking at you, but that is the gist of what the Feathergale Knights, and that's exactly what Savra looks like also.
He has some kind of or they have some kind of a webbing, like a flight suit or something.
Sort of, kind of, yeah. I mean, because these are all riders, you can tell that they're all riders. I mean, they're sort of in like a hybrid leather / iron armor. Heavily, looks like it's definitely a armor that can be, worn on a mount. Yeah, so basically.
That's cool. So Donk turns around and he says, "What's your name, guy?"
My name is Jonathan.
Jonathan, can I feed your birdie?
And as you start to approach Jonathan, all of the hippogriffs, these things start to get rowdy in the cages, and they're actually kind of bashing up against, and the vultures as well. So he says, I don't think I would want to stick my hand anywhere near that cage. I don't think they'll be going for the meat. He says,
well, I was actually going to take a bite of that meat.
I would be careful as he kind of looks up towards you, because you are towering over him.
I'll move really slow.
Well, I don't really recommend recommend doing this, sir. What is your name?
I'm Donk.
Donk. Here, Donk. Let me introduce you to the animals here. Let me introduce you.
Dokey.
And he takes you over to the stables, and he's kind of sweet talking the animals and sticking his hands in there and kind of getting him calmed down. So the one in the stall, it is getting calmed down, and it is a a hippogriff. And he says, "Are you sure you want to do this, Donk?"
Now,
he says, I would really not like to have you do this.
So a hippogriff looks like what? I mean, is it just like in Harry Potter?
In fact, I do have an image that I can show you.
Okay, I want to see what a hippogriff looks like before I jam my hand in there. Because if they look like a squid, then I'm good. I'm not afraid no freaking squids.
This doesn't look like a fucking squid. No, this is basically what a hippogriff looks like. The eagle head,
like eagle.
The claws,
yes.
horse,
Yeah.
Pegasus wings. This is the hippogriff. Very sharp beak. And he says, really, I really don't think you should. But I mean, I'm not going to tell you not to. I'm just kind of warning. I am the caretaker of these beasts, and they usually don't like visitors. But you yourself, sir, you're really someone that I hate to say no to.
Well, okay.
As he's looking up at you.
So does he has like raw meat or something that he's feeding the hippogriffs, or is it like birdseed?
No, he's feeding it like half rabbits and whatnot.
All right, so I'm going to reach my hand into the bucket of half rabbit, but I'm going to go really, really slow.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to grab half a rabbit, and I'm going to slowly pull it back out, and then I'm going to put it in my bag as a snack for later, and then I'm going to say, "Thank you for rabbit," and I'm going to go back to the line, and I'm going to just, in a distance, I'm just going to wave at that hippogriff. Hello, birdie. Hello, birdie.
It snaps
Good
at
horse.
the cage, and kind of rears its claws up and tries to scratch through the cage. This is, and then Savra says, "Yes. What type of supplies are you looking for?"
So are all of these? I'm just taking. I'm doing everything. I'm sorry, but I'm looking all around here. Is everything in the stable bird related or flying related, or do they have any like ground type animals? We did kind of descend some. So.
No, they're all winged beasts. The two
Oh, that
giant
is
vultures
awesome.
and four large hippogriffs.
Yeah, so I'm good. Dong no need no birds. Nong no need no nothing.
Yeah, they're large. They're also classified as a large monstrosity also. So what about Raz? What about Sasha? What about Theo? What about Kel? She turns to all of you. What kind of supplies are you guys looking for? Where are you headed to? Where are you traveling to?
Raz is kind of just looking around the stables and checking out inside of the different stables, just peering, trying to peer in, not really trying to be quiet about it so she doesn't stir any of the animals if they're in there so they don't eat her.
Oh, they're already riled up. The Donk's got them all riled up already. So, and the stable master, he is trying to get them calmed down. He eventually, over time, he does get a couple of them settled down. But anything in the player's handbook, speaking out of character here, you can get any kind of equipment, healing kits, any kind of basic equipment, rations, anything you want for a 10% markup. No weapons, no armor. It's like
What about
Savra has
potions,
said.
Dave?
Yeah, they do have healing potions. They'll be 50, probably they'll be 55 gold per potion instead of 50.
All right, Dave. I tell her what decide that I'm gonna go ahead and look around, see what you have. I'm interested in a few things, and in truth, I'm kind of scoping out the joint. It's
Scoping out the
and
joint as to why. I mean, may I be so nosy to inquire why you're scoping out the joint? As she kind of looks you up and down, kind of like looking at your
I was
swords and
telling you
your
that not.
traveling equipment. Oh,
I
okay.
would say that out of character. No, I tell her that. No, I'm just going to. Do you mind if I just browse and see what you have available?
Sure, absolutely. Feel free to.
Right. So I'm looking
Donk
for like
asks.
arrows and different things like
Yep,
that. And
they have it. Yeah, they have arrows. They have arrows. They have
So
sling
Donk stick
stones. Anything.
goes. Do you got throwing rocks? Are
Oh,
you good throwing rocks?
we don't. We have some sling stones, Donk. They're not. They're not too big though. But no, Donk. We don't have any. We don't have any of those large throwing rocks. No, we don't. I
You're
think
muted,
Donk's
Donk.
muted now.
Oh, sorry, man.
Kel, what about you? You looking for any supplies? She asked the man from Calimport. Are you looking for anything in particular, sir?
Let me see what kind of weapons you have.
Oh, weapons and armor. We are quite low on at the moment. We had quite a rash of sales in weapons and arms the last month, and just have not had a chance to resupply them yet.
I'll take a look at whatever you have.
We have a couple long swords. That's all we really have. We have a couple
I'll
long
take a look at
swords.
those. You
Okay.
never know.
Yeah, she'll take care of that for you when you get back up to the other floor. The weapons and armor on the other floor. We keep the bulk of the equipment down here.
Do the supplies look uniform in which, like
Sure, yeah,
all
everything's
of
kind
a
of
certain item, all of a group of the same item look the same? Or do they
yeah.
look mishmash like they came from different places?
No, it all looks organized. I mean the map really doesn't do justice, but it is organized. You
No,
can see that.
not talking about organization. the way the actual items look.
Yeah, yeah. It looks like they're from the same manufacturers, the same people who made the items. Like, it looks like all the water skins came from the same area. It looks like the rations, came from Waterdeep. It looks like there's a couple wagon wheels that you can tell definitely came from Red Larch. Things like that. It doesn't look like they stole anything. It looks like it's pretty uniformed. Well, I mean, they could have stole it. You never know. But it does look like a pretty good operation. It's a little weird that it's down here in the stable, but as Savra was saying, they have to keep the bulk of the supplies down here, unfortunately, because they just don't have the room anywhere else. Thanks so much, Zevia. Appreciate it.
I'll just keep browsing for right now.
Buy something nice. Buy something for your friend.
Thanks, Zevia.
Do they have any table-topping shirts?
They don't.
This place sucks.
Raz, anything? She says, I thought that you were here to get some supplies.
It's not really anything I'm specifically looking for.
Okay.
To try to cover, I'm gonna. Sasha says, "Oh no, I'm definitely here looking for a few things," and she picks up some crossbow bolts, a few days worth of rations, just trying to make it look like she had the legitimate reason to be here versus just being nosy. But so I picked up a few things and I'll put it on my sheet and pay the money.
Okay.
That money plus 10%. 10%.
Yes,
5% goes to the overhead.
Yeah, and I
birds
steal
fed.
money from Donk to pay for the additional 10%.
Oh, you can't get in my Hello Kitty backpack.
Well, you have that 5 platinum. I mean, jeez. So she says, if we could go ahead and finish up our business here, folks, I'll show you back to the door, and
Wait, before you.
Yes, Donk.
We want to enroll in manicore hunting. When do you go out next?
Man,
Donk will fly out with you and get some manicore.
Have you ever flown before, Donk?
No.
Do you know how to fly? Do you know how to fly one of these beasts?
It's probably just like riding an umlock.
Well, and what is it? What is an umlock, Donk?
It's kind of like a rhino and a hippopotamus. I have no idea. It's something in my tribal area. It's like a giant slug, and we ride them all the time.
Where are you from, Donk?
I'm from the mountains.
Lots of mountains. Are you from the Sword Mountains?
Yeah. I don't like to tell people exactly where I'm from, because you might hunt down my parents and kill them.
No, why would we do something like that? Okay, good, very good, Donk, very good. And she'd pat you on the shoulder, very good.
Yeah.
Donk, isn't it time for you to go do something else? Maybe go cook that rabbit. Go
we hunt manicore.
Preoccupy yourself for a while.
Are there any other pictures? Just that one? No, I'm just joking.
Any other angles?
Yeah, I just, was it signed? Did I know the painter?
Renton, thank you so much for the follow, Renton.
No,
thank you.
Joking.
God, Donk, you were just on it today.
I know, I'm sorry. Alright, what we should do, team, huddle up. Donk says we should hunt manticore for money. They got plenty of money here. Money or chicken. They've got giant chickens. Let's eat them.
We do have our chicken army.
What say, team? What do you say, group? Hunt manicore or look around?
I think we should look around some more.
All right.
And then maybe go hunt Manticore.
So you
If
want
you go in
to
front, Dom.
you want to join in the quest that we have, the Knight's Quest? Oh, well,
Donk wants to hunt Manticore. If you will allow it, I'm gonna take my my maul, and I'm gonna kind of spin it all cool like, and
Sure.
then rest it on my shoulder, so she knows how incredibly excellent I am. I mean, she just looks at me and sees that I'm a giant blob, of
knucklehead,
fat.
big
Exactly.
fucking
But-
knucklehead.
But that knucklehead, 500 pounds of this meat, I could just pound people with this humongous tree of a maul.
Why don't you just start smashing heads in here, Donk? Just start attacking everybody. I mean, I know that's what you want to do.
Die,
Seriously,
birds!
Go for it. If that's what you want to do, go for it. I mean, that's
No,
the
I mean,
mentality
come
of
on.
Donk right there.
Being a Goliath like I am, and being super fat and slow, I see birds flying all the time. I have never been this close to a bird. Because every time
Back,
it's like-
guys.
every time I try
Welcome
to grab
back.
a bird, it's just going to fly away. Oh.
I'll be honest with you. I've resisted the urge multiple times to backstab one of these people.
Don't do
I
it.
want in that upper level. I had to. I was even contemplating. I'm like, I wonder if I could sneak up these stairs without them noticing that I'm gone. And I'm like, that might not be smart.
I can do like a donk dance to.
You can
to,
do
distract
whatever.
them.
You can do whatever you want. This is an open world for you guys. So if
Oh
you
yes,
guys,
but I have a GM that tends to bring things back to haunt me.
I haven't brought. What have I brought back to haunt you? I haven't brought anything back to haunt you. The only thing that
My poor 5 platinum beast.
do you still have it?
I do.
You still have it. The only thing that I've done is sort of kind of
you a
introduce
hard
something.
time, Dave.
No, I know. I've introduced something to you that could possibly happen down the line, which I think is totally great.
It's absolutely.
But you guys have the advantage. I mean, there are 2 Fithergale Knights down here. If you want to attack them, that's fine. You definitely look like you could probably take him down,
I will seduce them.
and then you can have the tower for yourself. But you just don't know who else is in here, so that's the whole thing. This is a pretty big tower. You counted probably about 3 or 4 levels just to looking at the the size of the towers and the amount of windows per level. You'd think there's probably 3 or 4 levels.
I kind of pull Donk over to the side, and I attempt, even though my better judgment tells me this is not smart, I attempt to kind of covertly have a discussion with him. Say, let's just take care of. Let's just take out this place and we can make it our own. Don't you think this place would be cool? We could ride all these birds ourselves.
Oh, but you
Dave,
know
how
what?
many of the
Donk
stables
tries to
are full?
whisper. I'm
There
sorry, go ahead,
are
Kel.
there are 4 hippogriffs, Kel, and 2 giant vultures, and they are all large creatures. And here I'll put some of these tokens as you guys are discussing. I will put some tokens in the
So,
on the map for you.
okay, Donk bends over to whisper to Sasha, and he's extra loud, and he actually puts his hands like this, but he puts it on the wrong side when he's whispering. So he's like this. Sasha! Let's get that bird. Let's get some feathers from that bird and make a coat. Donk needs a bird coat.
Sasha just goes, oh my god, what was I thinking? She just
So-
rolls her eyes and walks away.
So what did I
No.
miss? I'm really sorry about that, but I'm on the
We were
short
just
list for a
attacked by
PTSD
600
service dog.
aardvarks. We
Oh,
were just
no
attacked
problem.
by 600 aardvarks. Flying aardvarks.
Yeah, basically what's happened, Theo, is you got inside the tower. A woman introduced herself as Savra, and basically everybody has wanted to go and buy supplies. She asked if you were here to buy supplies, or if you were here for the Knight's Quest, and everybody was like, "Well, the Knight's Quest, what is that?" So she tried to change the subject, and she figured everybody was here for equipment. She introduced everybody into the tower, brought everyone down here to the stables of the tower, which was down 1 flight of stairs, And now there you can get any kind of equipment that you want. Speaking out of character, you can get any equipment you want from the player's handbook for 10% over market, including potions will be 55 gold. So if you want anything like that, you can do it.
Oh, also, Theo, there's a buttload of hippogriffs and 2 vultures.
Yeah, there's hippogriffs
So-
and vultures in here too, and these are.
I
these are
want
large
a
creatures.
hippogriff.
That you can go up and pet them. They're very nice.
I wish to name it and name it Mr. Nibbles, and I shall put a saddle on him, and I shall ride him like a knight of yore.
Did everybody's
Wow.
tokens just get massive?
Well, I'm not one to brag, Dave. Oh wait. Oh yeah, okay. So so here's the thing, right? I had said earlier that I want to just to let you guys know, I really want to do that Manicore quest. But if you just want to take these sons of bitches out, I'm all for it. I'm gonna ride one of these birds if it's the last thing I do. Which it
I want
probably
one.
will be.
Well, speaking out of character from a rogue perspective, this place doesn't look that well guarded, and Sasha's got like dollar signs in her eyes.
Well, dude, we're in the-
Just-
But we're in the stable, Sasha. I mean, who guards the stable, right? There was all these doors above the place. We need to go out. We need to talk to who's in charge. That's what we need to do.
Let's scope this place out. Okay, let's. I say to the woman,
Sabra?
yeah, Sabra. So yes, I think I would be very interested in participating in the Manicore hunt as well.
Oh, so
Perhaps
you
we
are a
can-
trained rider?
Yes, actually, I am.
Oh!
Oh, very good.
Did you pull that off? I say you roll for that.
Yeah,
I don't even think
give me
nobody believed you there.
Give me a deception check, please.
Otherwise,
Why,
the
yes.
bullshit test.
I have a bird just like this at home. Yes, I call him Chuck. Chuck the vulture.
Mr. Nibbles. Mr. Nibbles shall be my mount.
Oh, snap!
Whoops. First
I'm just
roll.
reminded of Lenny from Of Mice and Men and the Looney Tunes. I shall love him and hug him and pet him, and he shall be mine.
She says, well, that's great. Would you mind saddling up one of the hippogriffs then? And that would be great because I would love to see your riding experience, so we can actually get you some gear and then as the and you're all welcome to stay here in the tower until the night's quest begins. So if you'd like to, take one of these saddles and the brides and get one of these hippogriffs, all suited up, you can take Jonathan here for a ride to show him your
Sasha.
skill, and we'll
course,
go
of
from there.
course.
Oh, awesome.
I did not know that you
I
could
shall do
ride
this, too.
birds, Sasha. I learn something new every day. I knew you could ride all kinds of things from town, but not birds. Surprise for Donk. So I'm gonna
It's
hand
Will we
been
need to
a
do
while.
animal
I might
handling?
be a little rusty,
I'm
but
gonna
I'm
reach
sure
up and,
it's like riding a bike. It'll be no time, and I'll be a pro.
so I'm gonna reach up and grab a saddle for a hippogriff. I'm gonna hand it to Sasha just to kind of force her to saddle this one up. Get the purple one. Ride the purple one.
I kind of accidentally, on purpose, stomp on Donk's foot as I turn around, like, gee, thanks a lot, Donk.
Savra says, well, how
I would
about,
like to do this too.
what would you like to do, Theo? You'd like
Wants to
to
ride.
you'd like
I want to ride too.
to ride a hippogriff? Okay. She says, oh, well, that's great. How about we get you settled in first, and then we can all meet back down here, and I'll show you around the tower. And no, sir, I did not say training. I figured that you were an experienced. Oh, I know that you're not an experienced rider, Donk. But I guess Sasha and your minstrel here. I don't know your minstrel's name, but I guess he
Theo
can.
Grogfest. Pleasure to meet you, Lass.
Pleasure to meet you as well, Theo. Maybe if the alarm does sound, maybe we will hunt the Manicore and be successful today.
I'll just hold their feet, and you can let them fly.
Are you? She looks down at you, Raz, and she says, "Are you a rider as well?" And is Kel? Are you a rider from Calimport?
No.
No.